Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is breaking or broken news, depends on whether you know this or not. The Russians have allegedly used intercontinental ballistic missile ICBM India for the first time. So the target is actually Dnipro, the USMASH defense plant in the Dnipro. So there's some very spectacular footage that comes out from this. So let's take a look at this. So this Dnipro, this is actually confirmed, and then you can see this strikes, and this is spectacular, and you can see the speed of the missile, and you may think that, oh, maybe this is a speed up video. Actually, this was originally what I thought. I thought it's sped up, but if you look at the blinking, so now first strike hit, second strike hit, third strike hit, and then you can see the blinking. These are all the vehicles. The cars are actually blinking because the shaking, the earthquake that caused by the tremors that caused by the strike caused the cars to start to have their siren ring out. So you see, after the strike, then the siren started to ring, and this siren is like blinking like this, which is actually the normal speed of when the car's siren actually went off. So which means that the missile strike, this is actually the standard, this is the actual speed of the missile, is coming in at absolutely ridiculous speed. I believe this is easily hypersonic speed, which is actually what the MIRV, the re-entry vehicle, which is basically the missile, the warhead, is now, because when all these re-entry vehicles, which is the warhead from the ICBM, and re-enters, they basically fly at a hypersonic speed. So this basically the first recorded, if it is true, the first recorded use of ICBM in the actual war from one country against another country. So this will be the first time. And this is something that I did mention before in yesterday's conclusions. Yesterday, I did the retrospection about the 1,000 day of war, and I mentioned regarding this the Ukrainian use of Western cruise missiles, long-range cruise missiles into Russia, and I mentioned that that is going to bring us into a totally new place. And this apparently is a red line, and this red line has been crossed, and Russia now introduced a totally new form of weaponry. And this is basically a message. And a lot of people say that's the case. So we go through a little bit. So this is geolocation. Joe confirmed then that this strike is indeed in Dnipro. And the strike is allegedly the RS-26 Rubez ICBM. So this is, let me show you. So this the RS-26 Rubez is actually ICBM, which is the mass is 36,000 kilograms, and there are four warheads. So just now we saw quite a number of warheads. I can't really tell. I think at least there's one strike entirely there was 6 warheads. So this could actually be maybe it's a bit different. If you look at the images, this is how it looks like. This is it's like the ridiculous huge size big ass missile, ICBM, stupidly big, and this is the cross section. So this is now allegedly the most likely type of weaponry that is actually used to launch this incredible strike that we have never seen before. The way how the missile have entered, like the last time that we have such a wow moment is when the first use of Kinzhal, that was not first use but first capture of the Kinzhal. Kinzhal was also ridiculous. That was what it was. So this geolocation is confirmed at Dnipro. So it is geolocated by the 99 Dominic. And then this is according to this post. I can show you some of the posts. But what is more important is actually this video. So this is another vantage point of the same missile strike, and you can see that this footage is unreal. It's it doesn't look like, it looks totally like, from some Marvel superhero movie, where you see the lighting reflecting off the clouds and everything. It's just ridiculous. This the missiles, the warheads just fly through the clouds, and then create this spectacular image that, yeah, it's easy to admire how beautiful it is, and then remember that this is a nuclear is a nuclear missile that could basically kill all of us. So so I want to show you more. This actually missile, this ICBM strike is confirmed by the Ukrainian Air Force. So this is a screenshot, and this is translated by this Ukrainian Air Force Telegram channel. So according to their report, between 5 to 7 a.m. Local time, Russia attacked Dnipro with missiles of various types. So accordingly, there is a Kinzhal that was used, and then which was fired from a MiG-31. And of particular, they mentioned about the intercontinental ballistic missile launched from the Astrakhan region. Astrakhan region is actually very nearby. I think I have another tweet that I can show you to show the distance. And there's also 7 Kh-101 cruise missiles. According to the Ukrainian Air Force, the 7 cruise missiles, six of them was actually shot down by air defense, which I have my doubts if that's the case. So there was this footage, which actually cannot be 100% confirmed to be part of this strike. But this may actually show the hit of the Kinzhal and the rest of the cruise missiles. So I just on the audio a little bit. So there's the sound. You can hear the engine, which is kind of unusual. There's the explosion, but I got a feeling that if it's a Kinzhal, that is not the sound you hear. This is actually a cruise missile strike. So this could be the Kh-101, and this is a second Kh-101. If it is the Kh-101, so is it really a shot down? Hard to tell, because we can't even verify if this video footage is actually part of this. Not even sure if it is part of this actually this Dnipro strike. So. But the most confirmed one is definitely this particular one that is like the iron rod coming from the sky kind of situation. So, and other people also did mention about this. From Astrakhan region to Dnipro is actually less than a 5-minute flying time. So that's quite crazy if you ask me. That 5 minutes, I think that you don't even have time to change your clothes and run downstairs out of the building. So that's a kind of like a quite a speedy time. So SL Kantar I don't know. I only know this guy don't like me. So because he is pretty he has a big ego for some reason. Anyway, he did mention something about this, that the strike, despite very spectacular, there is actually no spectacularly huge explosion. So and could this be just a warning? And I think this is actually a very valid point. Despite he don't like me, it's a valid point that they could be just an empty strike. It's like those ICBM tests where they just do a test flight, test strike, which there's without warhead. And the feeling that I get is that there's no warhead for this strike. Some of the footages that I see coming out from allegedly from this the aftermath of this ICBM strike looks pretty harmless. Like, there isn't really those big massive explosion that you see from a fab glide bomb. Like, it is just largely intact. The buildings looks pretty intact, and I can't show you on YouTube because YouTube don't like it. So anyway, even the explosion, I'm actually taking a chance here. So Global Thinker actually made a very good point. He said that Zelensky was delivering a speech in the Verkhovna Rada, which is their parliament, and Putin could actually very well order a ICBM strike on this location if he really wants to. The fact that Russia have not done something like this, it's just a sign. It's just to show that the Russia really still have a lot up their sleeve. They could potentially just murder every single Ukrainian politician. That is a doable thing, and the feeling I get is that Ukraine could potentially want to kill off Putin the moment if they get their chance. That's the feeling that I get. But so far, that not yet. No, I think the thing is that Ukraine is in this very peculiar position. Despite they're claiming this is a war, at the same time, they still have trade agreements. They, gas still transported through Russia into Europe. It's a very unusual war, because in an actual war, if Russia declares war, a real war against Ukraine, then every single politician will be game. Russia would basically just flatten entire cities if they want to, and in an actual war is to fight to submission, to fight to the point where your enemy submits. That's what usually a full-fledged war is, a declared war is, which is why you see that in the not ancient war, like historical war, like World War I, World War II, like usually you do fight all the way to the capital and force a surrender. Then, and basically by that time, half the country will be like totally, messed up, and that's basically how a war can end, unless it's like a World War I situation where they just can't fight anymore. They just felt like it's not worth it to fight anymore. Then they maybe just surrender. But when you come to a World War II situation where every defeat comes with almost the conquest of the capital, that's why to the Russians, this is still not a war. This is just a special military operation. But this special military operation is now looking more and more closer to a war-like situation. Is to the Russians, this is just a proxy war. So anyway, there's an interesting situation where the spokesman for Russia, Maria Zakharova, received a phone call. Some people say that this could be just an act, but she's allegedly received a phone call to tell her not to comment on the ICBM launch. So the people are wondering if this is just a joke, if this is actually even real at all. So that's a very interesting thing, and the Ifisagrat also highlights that the point that this is actually the first time in history that ICBM is used in war. And how the MIRV technology, basically the re-entry vehicle, looks like something like this. It's basically it's so fast that it looks like a laser, and then it goes from heaven all the way to Earth. That's how it looks like, and that's pretty much like what the video footage we saw just now seems to look like. So there is very, very good very good reasons to believe that could actually be an actual ICBM strike. So, and it looks like this when people manage to stop and pause the video and see this. So Osin Technical, which is a pro-Ukrainian, I think it's a pro-Ukrainian guy, basically talk about the Ukrainian Air Force confirming the ICBM strike. So this is he also posted about this, and AMK mapping shows another vantage point of this video of the landing. So he claimed that he's pro-Ukrainian, but a lot of people don't believe he's pro-Ukrainian. AMK mapping, but he's very objective. He's one of the in my opinion, he's one of the neutral guys. So you can see this is a slow motion. You can see that every single strike comes around 6. There's six entry vehicles. So let's pause. You can see. Let's pause. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's. But the thing is that only one ICBM was actually mentioned. So but we are seeing multiple strikes. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how many ICBM was launched? Or is one ICBM able to launch this many strikes at the same time? I'm really not too sure. Going back to the Wikipedia, so they can have 4 warheads. So I'm not sure. I'm not particularly familiar per se regarding how this actually operates. So anyway, well, yeah, we'll see how this goes. Maybe some of you guys know better. You all can comment in the comment, and then I think the one with the good explanation, I'll pin it for the rest. So the funny thing is that the reporters of course they will be very curious. They'll be asking. So the reporter asked Kremlin, asked Peskov, said that no, I don't know. Ask the Ministry of Defense. So and then the Ministry of Defense was asked, and then they said, I don't know. Only the Kremlin knows. So basically, yeah, they're deflecting the question to one another. Basically, deliberately, create this information black hole, and to force people into wondering what the hell is happening, and make people really have no answers to what the Russians are doing. And according to Clash report, they also show some photos. This is according to Ukrainian sources. This the Astrakhan region, and this is allegedly taken over the past 24 hours, showing the missile trail in the night sky, and allegedly, this is like a the smoking gun kind of thing of the use of ICBM, or you will also see this when you actually see satellite launches. When space those space-bound rockets flying to the atmosphere, into the space. This is also the kind of effect that will be generated. This kind of a rainbow cloud thingy. So ICBM also generates this. So this is very interesting. That we actually have some kind of a smoking gun that is indeed coming out from the Astrakhan region. But of course, again, all this I cannot verify per se, independently for now. And in the latest information, interestingly, according to a pro-Russian source quoting pro-Ukrainian sources, that another ICBM launch was probable, and this was actually published around half an hour ago, and then so not sure, tentatively not sure if there is indeed another ICBM launch. But so I come back to the same point. The introduction of NATO cruise missiles to hit Russian targets basically crossed a red line that allows, in a way, or force the Russians into introducing a totally new weapon into the Ukraine war. And definitely this is just a message. For sure, the amount of damage doesn't seem to be anywhere close to even a fat bomb kind of situation. I haven't seen anything that looks like a very huge destruction of the defense plant for now. But if these warheads are nuclear armed, clearly there is no more Dnipro in this world. So we shall see how this continue to develop. But yeah, this is definitely one more step towards World War III. And for those people who don't believe that it is possible, my suggestion is don't think don't think too highly about yourself. You're not in control. we are all here along for the ride. Only the leaders of our various countries have a say and have a decision to make. And hopefully our leaders will all the leaders from around the world, particularly in the countries that are involved within NATO, Russia, Ukraine, would make the wise decision to avoid World War III. Because it doesn't matter what you say or what I think. We are just here along for the ride. And if World War III happens, then we just die. So anyway, thank you for watching. Of course, as usual, support by pressing the like button. And subscribe if you're not subscribed. Let me know what you think in the comment. I will read as much as I can, as usual. I mean, I'm quite sure many of you guys have saw me replying you, or at least I pressed like button on your comment before. So yeah, so let's keep it coming. And I'll see you guys. Hopefully, I will still see you guys in the next update.